So good morning, it's almost noon. We are climbing, I call it Eisenhower Hill. We're on I-70 eastbound. Go to the Eisenhower Tunnel. Temperature is 34 degrees. We are at 37 mile per hour. You can see the grip of snow they got up here. I wanted to get footage of Vail where the avalanche happened, but my hours didn't allow me to do that. I ended up making it to Silverthorne, parked over by the lake. So I went through Vail Pass at night, couldn't see anything. Man, I'll tell you what, that highway is narrow. You could barely get two vehicles right next to each other because there's so much snow that it looks like a little pathway, not an interstate. But we are almost at the top here. They got a whole bunch of snow up here. I like it a lot because that'll help me for fishing. Of course, it might make the runoff last longer than I would like it to. It's kind of hard to fish in muddy water. They have Highway 6, which goes up and over the Loveland Pass. Goes up and over the mountains here. It's closed, so they're staging the hazmat, because you cannot take hazmat through this tunnel. Hazardous material. For people who don't know what hazmat is. So you see this, these fuel trucks on the right here, sitting on the side. Propane, they're waiting to go up and over. Well, or through, I should say. Normally they have to go up and over. But they lucked out. Another thing they get lucky on too is they don't have to throw chains if they can see asphalt. So you can pretty much always see asphalt. Unless it just snowed so hard that it's packed onto the highway so well that it's nothing but snowpack. We'll let go of the steering wheel right now. The grooves in these in this lane right here, the grooves from people running chains act like rails. It's keeping the truck straight. I still don't have it. I'm not touching it. I'll give you a look-see here. So we're just going down the interstate, not touching the steering wheel. You can see we're going pretty good. It's a little secret of the tunnel. Tripod. So I'm headed into Denver. I got to drop this trailer off at Denver Mattress. It is material they use to build mattresses with. And then we go get a new pickup. Not a new pickup, a new truck. Brand spanking new. Volvo 860 with 30 miles on it. Well, I was told 30. So watch this, I'm not doing anything. You see how it's going around? We might have to pull to the left here. I don't know if it'll hold. But yeah, it's holding, it's doing its thing. Right there is where we lose it. So that's where I pulled. Just grabbed hold of my steering wheel. Woohoo! That was fun. So I'm just going through California the other day. My windshield was getting pummeled with insects, suicidal insects, and made it tough to see. I've always filmed winter, so it's going to be kind of interesting because I'm going to film summer as well. But I do like to keep my windshields and all my glass as clean as I can. So I'll try to do filming when it's not so bad. We are at 59 mile per hour. We're locked in 11th gear with full Jake. Loveland ski area to the right. We kicked it up to 64. The speed limit is 65. I'm going to get up there in a bit. Just in no big hurry too. So the Avalanches were behind us over by Copper Mountain. I guess there's been a whole bunch of avalanches all over the state in the mountain areas, I guess. Don't have any avalanches out there in the plains, huh? So last night was kind of weird. They opened up the highway. I was going to hang out in Grand Junction by the border, but they opened up the highway, so I'm like, oh, everybody, all them trucks that were sitting are waiting for the road to open. So as soon as the road was open, I'm assuming that they would take off. Nope, they did not. And maybe it's because it was nighttime when they opened it. And they said screw it because they don't want to mess up their schedule. Not me, I would drive it. But I came in and I was going through, and there's a few trucks that were gone out of the staging area at mile marker 133. It's called Dotsero, and they'll usually park trucks there. They'll put a sign that says you cannot go past this area if they have issues over here. So there was a few parking there, but I'm like, I'm not worried about it. I had my spot picked out in Edwards, Colorado, and then I'm like, well, if that doesn't happen, I'll go over here. If that doesn't happen, I'll go over here, and then I'll go over there. And then I got over there and everything was full. Every parking spot that I have hidden was full. From mile marker 133 to the bottom of Vail Pass, where they make you chain up at 178 to 190 eastbound. So I get over there and I looked at I got the bottom of Vail Pass, and I looked at the website, and I have a quick launch tab on my phone. It tells me I just hit that button, it'll bring up the chain laws for Colorado. That's all I look. I don't bother going through their website because it's so bloated. You need a supercomputer to run it. And they put advertisements on it. Do you believe that? Advertisements. You're fighting advertisements trying to get information about the roads. You have to navigate through advertisement. It is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It is something totally out of California, because they came over here and ruined our state, and they're continuing to do so. But it's going to be time for me to leave pretty soon. But anyway, the chain laws weren't up, so I'm like, okay, cool, I'll zip up to the top of the pass. I'll spend the night at the top of the pass. Nope. Chain laws were in effect. And there was cops down there, state troopers, so I'm like, son of a bitch. Sorry, I was setting, never so present, remind me all the time. I have a setting that shuts my camera off in 10 minutes. I gotta redo that. Anyway, so the troopers were down there at the bottom. I was able to get through and get up on top, and that's when I ran out of hours. Because up on top there's a parking space as well, but there was trucks up there, and it was really narrow. And why is this cop going the wrong way? And he's gonna do that right in front of me. Son of a bitch, dude. Is he gonna block the highway off, or what is he doing? I'm sorry, I'm looking in my mirror to figure out what he's doing. So he turned around. Apparently they have some situation in this cool little old town here. Speed limit is... What is the speed limit? 45 for trucks. I knew that. I was just... So I'm having problems with my video today. Anyway, that's Georgetown. Small little Colorado mountain town. Old mining town. Now we can go back up to 65, even though I'm at 55. I was looking to make sure there was no cops around. They like to hang out down here and catch you, because there right now is where the end of the speed restriction is. So you're supposed to go 45 until that point, then you can go back up. There's some people ice fishing there in Georgetown Lake. They do ice driving on this lake with cars out there, and let them learn how to drive on the ice. There's some ice fishermen there. Only a couple of them. I think I fished that lake once or twice. I don't think I ever caught anything. I've caught some in the stream coming out of it. I think it's Clear Creek, but I'm not sure. I need to get over. There's 67 and a 65. I don't like that Honda right there. A few moves he's already made tells me he's not a very good driver. We were coming up on exit to my place. In other words, where I live. Even though I mostly live in this truck. Exit 232. So real quick here, they built this toll 3 lanes wide, but then they charge so much nobody uses it. And we're coming to a stop up here. Don't need this kind of crap. This is stopped traffic, so something done gone wrong here. Yeah, please get into the other lane. Thank you. Oh, that's not the Honda. I wonder where the Honda went. Oh, they are moving. Super slow. Check real quick. So this is an accident. Apparently they must have closed the lane down, the highway down for a minute or two. So now it's rolling pretty good. If I was going to go home from here, I would turn right, exit 232, Empire, Granby, 40 West. But I'm not going home unless I got to work. Working for a living, working. Winter Park, Ski Granby Ranch. That is like one of Colorado's best kept secrets. It's a cool little ski resort. Not crowded. It's got enough runs to make it fun, but yet it's small enough to make it quiet. My next truck is going to be going beep, 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 beep. Please get off the highway. Thank you very much. There's a lot of gold in this area. Or there was. I'm sure there still is. I want to get through this accident. I don't like this. This is like the stuff I avoid. You don't come through here Sunday afternoon, or you will deal with this for miles. You don't do it on Saturday afternoon, or even Friday afternoon. But you can do it at midnight, from like 9 o'clock on, and you can sail right through. So I always time it to where I can get into Denver nice and stealthy. I like to run the swing shift. I know some drivers are like getting up at 5 a.m. and drive and then shut down at 4 or 5 p.m. Not me. I was talking to one of the guys I work with. Well, he works for the same company. And he goes, how do you find parking? Driving in late like that. I go, I don't know. I always find it though. And it's tough sometimes, but I've never considered it any more of an issue than, you know, if I did it shut down at 5 p.m. Give me a green light. Give me a green light. That's a green light there, folks. Also, too, I don't like parking next to reefers, which is a refrigerated unit, or those damn freaking lawnmowers on a Sunday morning, APUs. They're literally freaking drive you crazy. This is a Dumont, kind of part of Empire, and Idaho Springs. This is the scale house down there to the right, and if you want to get fuel, you can get that to the left over here, or go to Taco Hell or Subway. It's a good place to fish. If they're closed, you can park down there and fish that stream there to the right. We'll be doing some of that this spring, huh? Get some nice browns and rainbows. We always let them go. We never touch the fish. I only use lures. I don't have a problem touching the fish. I just don't see a reason to do it. If there's no reason to touch the fish, then there's no reason you should do it. That's how I look at it. I use lures and I just catch them in the lip. And when I get them to shore, I hold on to the lure. I know this shamrock's one cut in front of me. He just acts like he's ready to cut right in front of me. I hate it because it crowds the space. But anyway, I just hold on to the lure and then grab my needle nose pliers and grab the hook and determine which way I need to pull it out. Hold on to the hook, turn it upside down, give it one good shake, sometimes two. Boom, the fish pops right off, goes right in the water, tears off. Now I don't have to clean my hands. I don't have fish slime all over them. Like I said, I don't have a problem touching the fish, but I just don't see a reason to touch them if you don't have to. That is a good little stream to fish. She's going to be roaring this spring, huh? Come run off. There's a zip line area right there. Want to do some zippy lining. So we're coming up to Idaho Springs. I told this girl, she's all like, I just had an argument with this guy. He said there's 3 syllables in Idaho, and I told him there's 2. And she goes, no, there is 3. And no, they're not. There's only 2. There's only 2 syllables in Idaho. And she's like, no, there's 3. I go, what are they? She go, I-da-ho. And I go, you are? Smack. She hit me pretty good. It was all done in fun. Idaho. It's like Tulsa spelled backwards. I know. I do want to get around that truck. He's a lingerer. He likes to just linger there. He ain't gonna go much faster than what he's doing. These guys keep crowding the left lane. Do you see my blinker on? Damn, I swear to God, they don't fucking see it. They just don't care. See the car that's causing it. It's the 3rd car in front of me. Here we go again. So yeah, anyway, they got these 3 lanes, but it's so expensive to use the 3rd lane that nobody ends up using it. There's a few people that do, so you still end up having the traffic. Stupid, if you ask me. Idaho Springs. Oh, no wonder why. That 3rd car was a Texas plate. That's the problem I had with them up in Grand County. They're looky-loos. Old gold mining town, Idaho Springs, elevation 7,540 feet. It is also the road to Mount Evans, which will take you to the highest road in the U.S. It's like 14,400 feet, something like that. Maybe 200 feet. You can drive your car right up to the top. It's really cool. So here we have Trail Ridge Road, which is the highest continuous road. And then Mount Evans, which is the highest road in the U.S. I'm going to have to go in and tweak my settings on my camera. I'm having issues with it. It's not putting the storage in the right spot. It was a collision warning. It reads the guardrail. Tells me I'm about ready to hit it. Today is the 8th. Saturday or Friday morning. Why do we have so much traffic? Anyway, I'll see you when we do the new truck. Until then, peace.